Okay, guys, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Nika Z, Nika Zoomer, and I'm joined by my dad.
Arni B, Arni Boomer.
And together we are collectively known as
Boomer and Zoomer.
So before we get into the main episode, we're gonna have the B and Z Q&A. Which American or OPM artist is your idol, and what is the biggest contribution to you as a person? This question is from Instagram user RayUsXYZ.
Of course, the Beatles, daughter.
Why?
The Beatles. They're the number one rock pop band in the world, in the history. They're very prolific in composing, and most of their songs are in the top 10. We also use that in our TikTok. Diba? I love the Beatles, daughter. How about you?
Can
Do
you
like
guess
the
mine?
Beatles?
Can you guess my answer?
Taylor
No,
Swift?
wrong.
No? Wala. Yun ang alam ko si Taylor Swift lang.
One Direction.
One Direction.
I
Are
used
they
to-
still together?
I used to be a very, very big fan of One Direction when I was younger. I was on like Stan Instagram, Stan Twitter. So I think it shaped me very much as a person and my humor.
What are their songs, daughter?
What are their songs? Night Changes, What Makes You Beautiful, Steal My Girl. Okay, moving on to our main topic for today. Dad, what's the main topic?
Our main topic is about being single.
The joy of being single.
The joys and what's the opposite of joys, daughter?
The sadnesses.
And
Pitfalls daw, according to
pitfalls
Dad,
of being single.
So clearly, I'm the single one out of the pair.
Are
Actually,
you the only single lady? Only single lady?
yeah, I am the only single sibling in the family, guys. That is my title. I was put in the news for that. Fun fact. Do you know that?
Oh,
Dad?
yeah?
Yeah.
When?
Is it Philippine Star or Inquirer? Because there was a picture like in the club,
Vogue?
my siblings,
Vogue?
not Vogue, with my siblings where it was just them with their significant others.
Oh.
Philippine Star.
Philippines.
Nika's
naman.
ninth wheel era.
Wow.
So that was put on the news. I've been single for like 2.5 years
So
now.
that's one of the joys.
What, being put
featured
on the
in
news?
Philippines.
I don't want to be on the news. I'm good.
Okay. So how does
It's
it feel,
pretty
daughter?
joyful. I mean, it's pretty chill. I feel like a lot of people associate being single with being lonely or being sad, but I think I've never felt like more chill. I feel like when I was in a relationship, I was so much more stressed.
So are you saying you're better off now than when you had the relationship?
I feel like it's also because I grew a lot. When I was in a relationship, I was a teenager until
Like how old were you?
I was 14,
14.
until I was like 20. So now that I'm 22, I feel like I've had a lot of time to learn about myself and to learn about like being by myself and spending time by myself. Because when you're used to being in a relationship when you're young, you don't really get to appreciate your alone time as much. So I feel like I've just grown a lot as a person in general, not necessarily because I'm single, but being single has helped with that because I've learned how to be comfortable with just not having a significant other.
When there are occasions like Valentine's Day, Christmas.
Do I feel sad?
Yes.
No, I really don't.
Really?
Like, not at all. Well, I feel like in general, people want you to be sad. They expect you to be sad. And like, I generally just don't measure my life by that. I don't measure my happiness
No,
by-
like
by me being in a relationship.
everybody's going out on the
What?
14. The
Yeah,
girls
but
are getting roses.
Honestly, in general, like, obviously, you want to like have these romantic gestures. You want to get flowers. If you see people getting flowers, you're like, oh, that would be nice to get flowers. But it's not really like a Valentine's Day thing. It's just like in general, you want the thrill and the giggle of like the romantic experience. But in general, I don't really feel left out, or I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything because I don't want to like get those romantic gestures but be with someone I don't even like, Like, why rush that? Like, I don't care about being in a relationship because I'd rather be single than be with the wrong person.
Like what have you learned from your previous experience, though?
I learned a lot of things. Again, like when you're in a relationship that young, you're really vulnerable because you're like a teenager.
You lack
You're-
maturity, you mean?
Yeah, you lack so much maturity. And I think I mentioned this before, but I don't think if you're that young, you should be in a relationship because you're really going through so many things personally that you have to learn about yourself. And it's just so hard to be two immature people together. Immature in the sense that you're a literal child. Yeah, I learned so many things. And I think one...
Like what have you learned, daughter?
being in a relationship is the reason why I enjoy being single so much. Because honestly, like, I really would rather spend so much time alone working on myself than be confused with myself in a relationship. At the end of the day, I will always have myself. And so that's what I'm prioritizing working on. I don't consider any love lost in my life because love lost is perspective earned. That's a saying.
That's another saying, daughter.
That's another saying. I love my sayings.
That's another
Like,
saying.
I don't regret any experience I've ever had in my life because it really shaped me as a person. I wouldn't be where I am today if not for that experience. Like it
But
teaches you things.
if you can turn back the hands of time, daughter,
What?
will you still have the relationship early in your life?
Every single experience I've had has shaped me to be the person I am now. So if I
So
were
no
to,
regret.
if I could turn back the hands of time, I wouldn't mess up anything in my timeline because I like who I am right now. If I
Oh.
change that, if I remove that developmental experience, I would have no character building.
I see.
These experiences happen to you so that you can become stronger as a person.
So what you're saying, daughter, is you learn a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I think
And it made you a better person. I think.
yes, there's good in everything. And that's why I'm saying you need to reframe your mindset to see, like, oh, this is what I learned from this. This is why that had to happen. And at the end of the day, something I'm so proud of myself for is that I'm on good terms with every single person I've ever had like a romantic experience with, I think. I feel like that's why I don't really feel any sort of remorse or bad feeling for anything from my past because I know deep down, like, I really put the effort there and I really
You tried your best, you mean?
yeah, exactly. And that's what matters in a relationship, to try your best and to make sure things work. And if it doesn't work, that's fine because you'll end up happier than you even were when you started. Again, I feel like people expect you to be sad if you're single, but the past 2 years for me have been way happier than when I was a teenager. So I love being single, guys.
Why is that, daughter?
Why?
Yeah.
I feel like
What are the things that you do now that you were not doing before when you had a relationship?
I have a lot more time for myself. But also, I think it's, again, growing up, like it comes with the age, like when you get older, you get to process your emotions better and you get to realize things better as well. And also, like, again, like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Everything I went through before has only taught me things.
Yes.
And when you start to view life in that way, you really start improving as a person. So when you start seeing that experience as, oh, this happened because it had to teach me this and this and this, instead of thinking, oh my gosh, this happened to me, then you can start improving on yourself. So it's like you always say, like there's always a better way of doing things, If you start viewing things in that mindset instead of I did so badly in that, then you start actually improving. And again, that's why I don't feel sad about being single because I know if I were to get into a relationship now, it would be fine because I am fine with myself. Because at the end of the day, you shouldn't be in a relationship if you don't know how to take care of yourself. Because, your partner's not there to take care of you. Like, as I mentioned in the friendship episode, a relationship, similar to a friendship, should add to your life. Like, if you are getting stressed every day because of your boyfriend or your girlfriend, like, why? Like, you should be happy. Not all the time, but in general, it should be a happy thing.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But of course, you still go on dates, daughter.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean...
all exploratory, of course. Just like the
Yes.
one in Japan.
Yes.
You went out with
I've been to a couple of dates.
the guy from Amsterdam.
Oh my gosh, Dad, you're exposing me.
It's okay.
Yes, okay.
okay.
So
Amsterdam.
I've been on dates with a couple of people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not actively searching for a relationship. Like I'm not going out of my way to go on dates anymore. I mean, I tried it and then I was like, okay, this is not what I'm looking for right now because I feel like it's just about the seasons, Like there are seasons when you're like, oh, I'm ready to be in a relationship. I want to look around.
Really? It's seasonal?
It's seasonal. Like when
like
you're
what-
single, it's seasonal. Like, you can't be on active ready
What
mode
do you mean? Can you please
24/7.
explain?
I mean,
What is seasonal?
Seasonal. I feel like sometimes when you're single, you'll go through eras that, at one point you'll be like, I want a boyfriend. I'm gonna actively look for a date. Ganon.
Okay.
But then other times, you're just like gonna be chilling and you're gonna be like, I don't want a relationship
for,
right now.
you said 2.5 years already.
Not 2.5, a little over 2 years.
A little over
So
2
actually,
years.
a lot of people say that it happens when you're not looking anymore. Which
Oh.
I don't know if I believe in that. Like I don't really put much thought into
Or
it
it's
because
just destiny, daughter.
yeah, it's really just destiny. Like what's meant to happen will happen. I have this really unwavering belief that things will work out for me. Like I'm not scared that I'm not gonna find a boyfriend because why wouldn't I?
Besides,
like
you're very young.
yeah, I'm 22.
22.
I have so much time. And again, I'm really not in a rush. I think also
I agree.
because I see the people like around me, like I hear about people who like get into new relationships when they're like in their late 20s na. So I don't feel any pressure in that sense because I'm only 22. I'm just about to finish college. Oh, and I think that's also a big part of it that I'm finishing college and there's so many dreams I want to achieve. So part of that is I'm not prioritizing being in a relationship because I'm prioritizing my dreams. There are other things I want to to do. And being in a relationship will not necessarily make me lose focus, but it's just not my priority right now. If it happens, it happens, but it's not my priority.
Like in my case, daughter, in your parents' case,
Yeah.
we got married age 30, right?
And rumor has it, mom was your first serious girlfriend.
Yes, yes. You were about 28 years old. About 28 years old.
And was she the only girl that you formally introduced to my grandparents, your parents?
Yes,
Yes.
the only one.
What was your perspective on relationships when you were 22, when you were my age?
I'm not thinking of the long term, no?
Yes.
Like talking about, thinking about the family. No, never crossed my mind, daughter. It's just, relationship, enjoying it on a day-to-day basis.
So you didn't...
Having company, no, it's something different from your barkada. No, it's part of life, but you're not talking about thinking of the future. No, so I only thought of that when I was 28 years old with your mom. So probably just like in your case, it's something that you need, as you said, during that season. It's seasonal.
So you weren't like date to marry before?
No, as I said, it's only your mom. Your mom, shall I introduce you sa relatives?
Do you think our mindset should be date to marry?
At your age?
Yeah.
Date to marry. It's marrying because that's such a big word, daughter. You will only know the right person for you when you get married. Diba? Kahit na let's say 10 years na kayo or more, hindi mo alam yung the real character of the person. You will only know that when you're together.
Yes.
You're together on a daily basis. No? That's the only time you will know the character. Date to marry at your age. Ideally, but I don't think.
Ideally, but it's not realistic.
I think it's not realistic.
Yes.
It's not realistic.
I feel like
22 years old.
I feel like when I was younger,
You already think about your family.
I feel like when I was younger, I used to be so big on like, I'm date to marry. You're gonna date someone for a long time. Like,
Really?
I was like, if you're gonna date someone for a long time, you should at least think, I'm gonna marry this person. Like, I'm open to marrying this person. That's what I mean by that.
Really?
Yeah.
You thought of that?
Yeah, because I was like, I don't want to date someone with the intention of like, we're gonna break up one
Of course,
day.
doctor. It also
Yeah.
crossed my mind when I had a girlfriend.
But then
no?
I think now it's like, it depends how you define date kasi. So like for me, when I go on a date, obviously if it's a first date, I'm not thinking I'm gonna marry this person. Can I marry this person? But if I were to be in a long-term relationship, that's obviously, I feel like I would be date to marry. Like, because there's no point in being in a long-term relationship if I don't think I'm gonna marry that person. That's my perspective on dating. And for me also, because I feel like, Dad, I mentioned this before, one of our previous episodes, but dating culture now is very different kasi compared to before, which is why like the landscape, it's like super different from how it was during your time. Like courting, I would say is not as uso. People are very casual about dating. They're very, chivalry is like almost non-existent, I would say. Or I mean like, maybe that's
Like,
an
what do you
exaggeration.
mean? There's no more courting?
Very little compared to before.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like what? How?
People will just message like hi on Instagram. Like that's their effort na. Heart eye emoji on the picture.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
how
but when you
flirt.
say you agree to be the girlfriend, when you do that, diba, there's a proposal.
Yeah, but like I mean like courting period, like people don't like go a long time anymore. Like
Like
nowadays,
going to the house,
yeah,
taking
like
you out for
things like
dinner.
that. Like it's not very formal
Yeah.
anymore. Like parang it's just
It'll
like
take like months before.
Yeah.
Okay.
that. Now it's just more viewers.
Maybe it's no big deal.
my Gen
Having
Z,
a girlfriend or boyfriend is no big
yeah,
deal.
my Gen Z viewers will understand what I mean when I say that dating nowadays is so people are
Okay,
less
Gen
serious.
Z, please comment.
People are
All
less
Gen Zs out
serious
there.
about each other. Like they're okay
Oh, yeah?
with playing with each other's feelings. There's this thing called a roster. Do you know what a roster is?
No.
So a roster in like basketball terms,
Oh,
right?
roster like a list.
Yes. So
Oh.
this is a very, very, very common term nowadays where people have rosters. And this is not an exaggeration, okay? As in like they have a list of 5 girls that they're talking to at the moment and that's their roster. And then
Okay.
so their friends will be like, who's number 1 on your roster right now? Things like that.
And they would
That's-
choose from the 5.
Yeah, but they're like talking to 5 people at once. That's like how I can explain in the broadest way
It's like
what
your-
the dating landscape is right now. Like parang,
It's like you have 5 candidates, then you shortlist.
yes, exactly. So that's the dating culture now. Like people, like loyalty is so rare, I would say, in terms of dating. Obviously, if you're in a long-term relationship, if you're already together, that's different. But in terms of like dating people,
So there's no such thing as one woman man.
I mean, there is
No.
obviously, but it's very rare. Like it's very,
very
rare
rare.
to find a good intention guy because the culture is very. They don't want to cherish the woman. They just want to
Wow.
play with her emotions.
Really, daughter?
Yes, that I'm not
Really?
kidding. Can my Gen Z
That's so-
viewers please attest
That's
to
so
this?
sad.
This
That's so
is
sad.
how it is. And you're like, Nico, why can't you find a boyfriend? Oh my gosh, look at the
That's so sad.
landscape.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Oh, hindi naman ganun dati.
That's what I'm saying. It's very, very, very
Oh.
different nowadays. Like,
Oo.
very different. Like, look at the songs on the radio.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very okay with
Yeah,
being
before
single.
you can
I'd
always
rather
see
be
ano, eh,
single.
mga chivalry,
Yeah.
no? But now I agree with you. Parang gone are the days
Yeah.
of chivalry. So like what would be your time frame now, daughter?
Time
If you don't
frame?
mind me asking.
Um,
You're 22 years
Honestly,
old.
okay. You know, when I was younger, I really thought I would get married young. Like, I wanted to get married like 25, 26 because I wanted to have like a small age gap with my kids because my age gap with you guys is so big.
Yeah, you were already thinking of that?
Not with the specific person I was dating, just in general. That was my timeline with my life, you know?
When did you...
I don't know. It was just like because our age gap is so big, I wanted to be close age gap with my kids.
Okay.
Like I wanted to just be
That's
relaxed by the
nice.
time I'm older. That was what I thought when I was younger. But then now that I'm like 22, I'm nearing 26. I'm like, I feel like even with my siblings, like, my eldest sibling's 31. No one's married. No one has kids. Like I don't really feel pressured to like find a boyfriend to get married anytime soon. But then ideally, I'd want to get married before 30. But then realistically, I'm okay with not even meeting my boyfriend at 30 because
But
that's not old.
at this time, daughter, have you already, you have very clear standards on what you want for a boyfriend?
Yeah,
or,
of
or
course.
for a future husband for that matter?
Of course,
Like
of
what?
course I do.
What would you like to have?
Okay.
What would you like
Honestly,
to... What would you like to have?
the biggest one for me is just to be a good person, to be kind and to be good. At the end of the day, like I don't want to be with someone who's attractive who is mean to me. I don't want to be with someone who like doesn't have the same values as me. You know, because you can be friends with people who you disagree with, but a partner is different. Like you spend every single day with them. So for me, it's very important that they're a good person because I don't want to live with someone who's not a good person. I don't want to raise kids if ever with someone who's not a good person, you know? So just goodness
What
and
would be a
kindness.
good person, daughter?
Someone who's honest, someone who has a strong sense of integrity, someone who treats the people around him well. You know, just kindness in general and not just kindness in front of
Someone-
other people. Like someone who is kind even when you're not looking.
And who can respect you?
Yes, of course. That's so important. I want my partner to be close with their family also. Just because for me, being family oriented is a big trait that I have. And I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to be with someone who doesn't see the value in that. Because it's
Yes.
hard to align. Like, for example, imagine like I want to go home every Sunday. And they're like, why do we have to do that? Things like that. You have to align in terms of things like that. I just mean I want the person to be able to prioritize family. Even if their family's broken, they know the value of family.
Okay.
Yeah, a good conversationalist, you know, because I love talking. I love being around my friends. If they don't know how to talk to my friends, I don't know what I'm going to do because I love talking. You know, like I don't want to just carry every single conversation. I
Is
don't
that a
know.
must, daughter?
No, actually, it's not a must. If he's an introvert,
If he's an introvert, doesn't talk, rarely talks.
I'm okay with that as
Yeah,
long
you
as he
okay with
talks
that?
to me.
Yeah.
Imagine if like we live together and he doesn't talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm fine with him being an introvert.
Yeah, it's
because
not,
I'm
he's-
also
he's not a good
there are
conversationalist.
also it's not a requirement. It's a plus.
Like you'll be the one to always initiate the conversation. Is that
honestly-
okay with you?
No, that's not okay with me. In our entire relationship, I'm the one who initiates
a
the
must.
entire conversation. It's a must with me. With other people, I'm fine with them being quiet. Yeah.
So it's a must that.
but they
you know,
they should at least make an effort to get to know my friends, my family, things like that.
No, right, but what would be a must would be
Goodness,
between
kindness.
you and that person. You should have good conversation.
For sure, yes.
He should be a good
If
conversationalist.
he doesn't know how to talk to me, he can be a friend. He can be an acquaintance. Why am I dating him?
And there are people like that.
Yes, but we're talking about me and what I want.
Oh.
I mean, if you prefer to not talk in your relationship, that's fine.
Oh.
But I want to talk to my partner, you know, like if you guys prefer that,
Like what
that's
do you
fine.
what do you want to discuss with your partner? It's not about all relationship, right? There's
Yeah.
several topics that you
I
want
want
to
to be
discuss.
able to
You want to talk to somebody intellectually, right?
Yes, I want to be able to talk to my partner like how I talk to my friends. Like I want to
Exactly.
just talk about anything and then I'll be able to not feel judged. I feel like in a relationship, if your partner is not the type to talk about substantial things and you are, you might lack like meaning in a relationship.
Like in Tagalog, mababaw.
Yeah, if your partner's mababaw, tapos you're like a thought daughter like me. You have so much thoughts and you want to talk about your thoughts. Tapos ikaw like you're just on the surface. Like it's hard to talk. It's hard. What would you talk about? You just laugh. You just make jokes. But at the end of the day, you can make jokes with a friend. You know, like
So that's a must.
For me, not
That's a
for
must.
everyone. I don't think that's a must in a relationship. I think it depends on the person.
For you.
For me, it's a must. Like,
a
I need
must.
to be able to have deep conversations.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If I can't have a deep conversation, I don't want. Like, because I like talking. I love talking, clearly.
Okay. Take note, guys.
What? No one's taking notes. I honestly, my must is just to be good, to be goodness, kindness. That's so rare nowadays. That's really, really so rare to meet a genuinely good person who has good intention
Oh, yeah?
in the dating world. Yes.
Like when you date, no?
Yes.
You would also have to consider like the culture, no, attached to this person. For example.
So you're specifically saying like when you date people from other countries.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you would have to consider that.
Yes, you
Right?
would. Well, I mean, like at the end of the day, even if like it's not from another country, you can date someone from the Philippines and like have such different backgrounds. I think it's all about how much you're willing to compromise and adjust to that person. You know, there are some people who can get along with somebody who lives in a whole nother country, a whole nother continent. There are some people who would rather date someone who's very similar to them. So like, for example, with like Ate Kim and Dwight, you know, from the States, from the Philippines.
LDR.
Yeah, Jordan and Ate Kai, they're very close proximity. So that's two examples of two relationships that are very different in terms of proximity, but they work because it really
Yes.
depends on preference of the person.
Yes.
Yeah. But for me, I think I wouldn't, I don't know. I really don't have too much experience, but I feel like I'd be open to any.
Would you consider also part of not really a requirement, but ideally your boyfriend would or let's say somebody who's courting you to be financially stable?
Yes, that is a requirement for me because I think I myself, like I earn my own money. If
Yeah.
they're my age, I don't expect them to have their own house, their own car because that's not realistic. But if you don't know what it means to make your own money, for me, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with someone like that because
At the
obviously
age
it's a
of
different
22 years
experience.
old, daughter,
Yes.
you're earning already.
Yes.
What I'm saying is, I think majority of the guys your age, no, they're just studying, you know.
Yeah, but I'm not specifically just pertaining to guys
you-
my age.
Yes. So I mean, that would again cut, a lot of
The market,
the
sure.
market, right?
But then that honestly, like,
Intellectually, you cut already like probably 50%.
yeah, but then I really.
Financially, at your age, 22 years old.
I never said I wanted to date someone who's only 22 years old.
Oh, okay.
Like you're saying, I'm cutting the market down in half. I'm only gonna date one person. Who cares if the market is 10 people? I only need to date one of them, diba?
Yes, I agree.
And, like,
That's a good point.
I don't feel the need to date a million people before I meet my boyfriend.
That's a good
Like
point.
for me, I don't think my standards are high if I'm able to meet them. So that's why I feel like it's important to work on myself first because it's unfair to have high standards if you yourself are not putting those standards on yourself. If that makes sense. To all my viewers watching who are single, if you have high standards, make sure you meet them yourself, okay? Make sure that you are also putting work into yourself. That's so important.
So what you're saying, daughter, is you're taking your time, right? You're taking your time to meet the right person. No need to rush, right?
Yeah.
Standards that you're setting for yourself. Diba? As I mentioned, you're cutting already the market, no?
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, if there's only 10 left, it's still,
Yeah, you only need one.
need one.
I mean, like, I have this belief kasi that when you start becoming a high-quality person, you inherently attract other high-quality person. Like, if you're funny, you're gonna attract funny people. If you are like this and like this, you're gonna attract the same. Like, birds of a feather flock together.
If you're moody, then you attract moody persons.
Not necessarily. I think they repel each other. But, but like, yeah. So you guys get the point. You guys get the point.
But do you believe in that?
Which one?
Opposite poles attract, similar poles repel.
Yeah, for sure. I think to a certain degree, opposites can attract. But then,
Right, but what you want is somebody, you want a similar pole. So
not
you will repel.
necessarily. Like, for me, what matters is the foundation, the values. Opposites attract, sure, but not in terms of my values. I will not date someone with opposite values as me. I'm very firm on that. I'm very firm about my values and what I believe in. So if somebody who I'm dating has opposite values, I'm not gonna date them because I'm very, very firm about that. Everything else, hobbies, interests, whatever you want to do with your life, you choose that, You can't pick, I want to date a businessman, I want to date a doctor. Like, if you view dating that way, you're not gonna find an intimate connection because your attraction is tied to their profession or their
Yeah.
dream. Like, if you only love someone because they're famous and then they're not famous anymore, you're not gonna love them anymore. So for me, it's really just about the values and the foundation. Opposites can attract.
opposites attract.
I would prefer.
Like in your case, right? You said that you want somebody who's also a good conversationalist,
Yeah.
who
But
will
I'm
talk deep, right? But maybe you need somebody also who's a good listener,
yes.
right?
Well, Dad, I
If
said
both of you are, both of you are yappers, wouldn't that be a problem?
like us with our podcast.
Wouldn't that be a problem?
No, because I said in the last
No,
episode.
I'm just playing devil's advocate
But
here.
I think, like, as I said in the last episode, in order to be a good conversationalist, you have to be a good listener. You can't be a good conversationalist if you're not a good listener.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not a good listener and all you do is talk, you're just a yapper. You're not a good conversationalist. So, yes, I
Are you
want a good
more a
listener.
yapper or a good listener?
I think I'm both. I honestly
Really?
think I'm both.
50-50? 80% yapper and 20% listener.
I feel like
With your
60% listener,
60%
40%
listener,
yapper.
40% yapper?
Yeah. I feel like my friends and I were all very good listeners. Like we have this system when we talk to each other. If we're like yapping, then someone's gonna raise their hand. Shout out to Yano. So yeah. We really value listening, and if somebody, for example, is talking and then they get interrupted, it's like, sorry, what were you saying again? That's like that little sentence, sorry, what were you saying again, is like such a good reassuring thing to hear when you're talking, because that means they're a good listener. They were listening to you. So that's how you know someone's a good conversationalist. They say things like that.
That happens. Like this afternoon, I was with my friends.
Yeah.
It happens a lot.
Which one? Like you
You're
talk over
talking,
people?
you're talking for a long
Especially with
time,
that.
like quite a yapper.
Guys,
And
that's
you're
a
not yet
yapper,
done,
yapper. Uh-huh.
No, then somebody will.
You got spoken over?
Yeah, and also, it happens. Maybe for boomers.
Yeah.
You're not yet done, with your point.
Yeah.
You get cut off already.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, but then I don't know. Again, it just depends on like who you surround yourself with. But a good conversationalist is a good listener. So again, as I mentioned earlier, I don't need them to be like the most extroverted person in the world, because like that's, I don't know. For me, that's so shallow to think about things like that. Like, oh, I want him to talk a lot. I want him to be a golden retriever. Things like, you know what a golden retriever is, like in terms of a person.
No.
Golden retriever is basically just a very happy, giddy person. So I feel like it's shallow to look for things like that. I think you shouldn't be so specific or like make a mold for your partner, because that's not how it works. Because like how I view being single, I don't want to make a mold for who my partner will be. It's more like a rough outline. Like again, just the values part. And of course, like physical attraction is important. Like, yeah. But at the end of the day, that's not more important than the personality for me.
Yeah, but I what I learned, something new that I learned, from today's podcast, when you said that dating now is different compared to my time, no. Like people now they're not really very serious with regards to dating.
Yes.
That's something new. Quite sad, because before it's yung girls kasi they're looking forward to that. They would have to visit you as a sign of the person being serious, no? And sincere with his intentions.
Yeah.
No? So, meet niyo yung parents para pakita na sincere siya, etc. But in your case, it doesn't happen like that.
Because,
Malalaman na lang nung parents, yung pala boyfriend mo.
yeah.
No?
Yeah, you just see them.
Minsan,
Walking
they don't even go to your house, di ba? See them just walking around. Who's with you? Oh, see your boyfriend? Yes. Something like that. Ganun na ngayon. Di ba?
And like,
Sad, no?
I feel like it's because dating apps nowadays are so common. And so the dating culture is so different, because
But I don't see, it's something I think that, wala sa time yun eh. It's about respect. It's about giving importance to the relatives of the person you are, di ba? Or you're courting.
Yes.
Importante yun.
But just in general, I feel like the reason why the dating landscape is so skewed is because, again, of the rise of dating apps and like social media in general. It creates this idea that like people are so accessible. It's so easy to get a girlfriend, because if you don't know that, how dating apps work, it's literally like you just swipe. Parang like window shopping, like ganon. So obviously people think like, guys and girls, they'll think like, oh, this person's like a commodity. I'll just no, yes, ganon. And like at the end of the day, the culture that it breeds is so toxic, because, and obviously this doesn't apply to everybody, because some people and a lot of people make genuine connections on there, but then a lot of people there do not have like good intentions. Like they just want like a casual relationship. They want like to hook up with people, things like that. Like it creates this illusion that it's okay to like meet people and ghost people right away, talk to someone for 3 days, and then like if you don't like them, next person. So basically like the attention span of everyone is shorter when it comes to dating, because they think that I can just like swipe another girl. I can
Yeah.
just message another girl.
Yeah.
So that's why it's harder nowadays to find someone who has better intentions.
Maybe that's also the reason why daughter getting married nowadays is
More
a
tagal.
rarity, right?
I would say
Because in the
that-
first place, courting, it's not important. It's yung courting kasi more or less you will see yung sincerity of a person.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't do that anymore, you don't go to the house, meet the parent, you just meet outside. So you can already see whether this person is serious or not.
But
right?
when it comes to marriage nowadays, I think there are a lot of factors because I feel like the current economy, it's like pretty hard to like consider getting married. I feel like it's a lot
Really?
harder to get married now than it was before.
Really?
Yes. Because everything's more expensive. It's harder to be a homeowner, The people my age who graduated, almost all of them are still reliant on their parents, even if they already have a job, because the starting salary is so low with all of the prices going up, things like that. So if it's already like that at the start, and then there are some people like 30 who are still like they don't earn enough, then they can't get married. It's just an economic thing because
No, I think, daughter,
It's
it was
crazy.
also the same as before. So it was also an issue. Even
But I
during my
think-
time,
I think it's
parang
worse now, though.
It's like it's always an issue. Getting married is quite hard because of the economy. Even before,
Yes.
it was like that. It was like that. It really depends on the person. Diba? It really depends on the person. You just have to work hard.
yeah, but also
Know your priorities, right? Just drink water, not soft drinks.
yeah. But then also kasi a big thing that my generation thinks about is that there are so many things happening in the world. The world is so much more chaotic than it was.
Really?
Like there's literally like how many more years until like the ice caps melt, things like that. And so you consider, do I want to like a lot of people and I think I can safely say a lot of people in my generation think about that. Like, oh, do I want to put a kid into this world? Like, it's going to be so hot.
I see.
Stuff like that. Like, that's something that's
So
a
what you're
genuine
saying,
concern with my generation.
with the Gen Zs or even the millennials, parang having children is not really a must for them anymore. I mean, compared to us, boomers. Boomers kasi family would be the ultimate dream
Yeah.
of a boomer, no? And when you talk about the family, you talk of having children.
Yes.
Right? Yun ang gusto mo. That's what you want. So what you're saying now is because of the economy, because of what's happening in the world, having a child is no longer a dream.
So I feel like it's just about, there are some people who just want to make sure before they have a child that they can sustain the child. Because again, if you don't have like, the economic status to raise the child, you're going to take your time. And I feel like that's why so many people in my generation are just taking their time because they want to make sure they can give the child a good life as well, not like rush into it.
Oh, I think same also with the boomers, daughter. That's also a consideration. Before you have a family, should be stable already. So pareho lang naman siguro yun. Of course, ang probably the difference would be, as you mentioned, there are a lot more issues now happening in the world. Marami na. Oo.
Yeah. I'm generally just high-key in no rush. Like I'm really not in a rush. It's really not something I'm thinking about. Like I can make funny like comments about it, like anecdotes, but I really don't care as much. And I can like truthfully say that now because I've been single for 2 years and I know what it feels like to genuinely want to be in a relationship. Because I feel like when I was first single, of course, I went through a phase where I wanted to be in a relationship. I missed being in a relationship. I missed having someone to rely on. But then over time, the more I'm single, the more I enjoy it. Does that make sense? Like, because I feel like you'd expect the more you're single, the more you want to be in a relationship. But it's the opposite for me. At the start, I really wanted to be in another relationship. I wanted to meet someone else. I wanted to, I was like, oh, I'm so FOMO. Everybody is dating someone. I'm the only single sibling. But then now it's just like, again, I don't want to rush it because I don't want to end up with someone I'm not going to be happy with.
So are you an advocate of self-date?
Not as much as Ate Kai. I don't think I've actually gone on a lot of self-dates because
Maybe you can explain what is self-date.
self-dates. I mean,
Yeah.
it's self-explanatory. You go on a date with yourself. But I don't really go on a lot of those because a lot of the time my parents just like invite me to go out. And so most of the time I'm either with my parents or with my friends. I'm never really super alone. And maybe that's why I enjoy being single because I'm never really by myself as much. But also I feel like I'm comfortable with being by myself in the times wherein I've had to run errands by myself or do something alone. I'm a lot more comfortable than I was before because when I was younger, I think, like when I was in a relationship, I think I didn't know how to navigate the world literally. Like I didn't know how to go to places. I didn't know how to, I would always rely on like having a ride, things like that. Like I didn't know how to do that myself. And being single forced me to learn how to do that. And I love that I can be more independent with myself. It's a good result of being single. Like I just, if I have to do something by myself, I can do it. Like I don't have to like rely on my parents to get me there or like stuff like that. So Dad, when you were single, you weren't like you didn't enjoy being single.
Huh?
When you were single, you didn't enjoy being single, or
As far as I can recall,
that was a long, long time
that
ago.
was a long, long time ago. Well, before kasi when you say you're single, as in you don't have a girlfriend, right? But you're courting somebody, and before courting takes a long time, diba? So it's practically maybe you're not exactly single because you're courting somebody,
Yeah.
diba? Kasi ngayon yata, as you mentioned, when you're courting somebody, you're no longer single. Ganun ba yan?
People don't care about labels, eh.
Ah,
Like
okay,
they really
okay.
don't care. Like they just
Oh.
they just message you on Instagram.
Oh, and
Stuff
then
like that.
how did they propose? Instagram also? You want to be can you be my girlfriend like that?
Parang ganon, yeah.
Ah, ganon. Text
Yeah.
lang.
Or like a big thing with my generation now is called situationship. That situationship. So a situationship is essentially like you're like in a relationship,
Situation.
but you just don't put a label to it. Like parang you're just confusing each other. Then you're like, what are we? And you never put a label to it. So that's why it's called a situationship. It's very, very, very uso with my generation.
Oh, really?
Very uso. Yes.
Parang ano yun?
You guys can attest as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like as
Please,
in,
please comment.
that's very uso. Like they're gonna be like, what's
Talaga?
your label? Ganon.
Something new to me again.
Yeah. So again, it's very unserious.
Oh.
So if you ever wonder next time, Nika, why is Nika still single? Because I don't participate in that culture. I willingly choose not to participate in casual dating, and I don't want to.
So it's like you're in a relationship. It's nothing official, right? Like, no, you're my girlfriend, my boyfriend, walang ganun.
They're like, oh, why do we have to make it complicated? Label. Wala na yan.
Wala na label.
Ganon. Yeah.
Parang that's
Opposite of
No, it's like yung getting married. Yung iba kasi,
Yeah.
di ba, they don't like to get married.
Yeah.
Nagli-live-in sila. So, yun yung sinasabi nila. Why make it official? Why make it complicated?
Yes.
So, this would be on a different
Like,
level
even
already.
lower na.
Even lower.
Just not even girlfriend or boyfriend.
Girlfriend, boyfriend. So, you're not my boyfriend, during girlfriend.
Yes, it's
But we're in a
situationship.
situationship.
Yes, that's
Wow.
very uso. Like when I say
Uso?
very uso, yes, and everyone's doing that.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Wow.
That's dating culture. See, that's what I
Wow.
say when it's kind of weird. And obviously, I don't mean everyone. People still
Wow.
meet someone they get into relationships with.
This is for the
But
Gen Zs, right?
Particularly people
Ito,
my
Gen
age.
Zs,
Yes,
Gen
people in
Zs.
college. I would say it's super uso with people in college. Again, like with dating apps and things like that.
So, paano yan? Like you go out or you talk about, or paano yun? You talk about, we're in a
You're
situation.
just like, it's complicated. We're in a situationship. Like
We're in
we
a
haven't put a
situationship.
label to it yet. Ganon.
That's a term, situationship.
Yes.
So when you
That's
talk about what's our situationship,
Yeah.
so it's not a relationship, it's a situationship.
Yes, it's a situationship. Very common.
Very common,
Very
situationship.
Common. Yes.
That's for Gen Zs.
Gen Zs, yes.
Gen Zs and
I'm sure
below.
millennials also have situationships.
Oh, really?
But yeah,
Wow,
it's
sad,
a
no?
common
Is that
occurrence.
sad? Parang-
It is sad. The dating landscape nowadays is very, very sad. Like we've lost the genuineness of being in a relationship. I think a lot of people have lost what it means to be in a genuine relationship and to look for genuine connection. Again, because it feels like a game, Like like you can just keep choosing your options, like customizing your girlfriend.
Yeah. You
ganon.
mentioned roster.
Yeah, roster, things like
Diba?
that. And like, like dating someone just feels so disposable because you can just date someone else.
Oh.
Like with red flags, red flags, right?
Yeah.
So like a big thing in social media is like, oh, if he has this one red flag, you should dump him na. Ganon. So they're not really for perseverance or for like seeing it through, seeing what happens. It's more about like, red flag or ick. You know what an ick is?
No.
An ick is basically like a TO.
Turn off?
Yes. So there's very like babaw turn-offs. Like
Oh.
they call it an ick. So you get an
so
ick.
when you know that this person has a roster, that's already TO, right?
Exactly. It
Oh,
should be,
no.
right? It should be, but it's not.
It's not anymore.
It's not. Like when I say it's so common, like people just talk about it and I'm so grossed out. I'm like,
You
ew,
know, I
like
don't
why is that the
before
thing?
during my time,
Yeah.
daughter. I know that's a rare case.
No, it's
When
very
you
common.
hear somebody's roster, no? Ano yan? Yun yung mga playboy, yun mga ano yun.
Yeah. And I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me that
People
they
who
don't
are-
like
the
rosters as
people
well.
that have wrong values, no? Yung mga
Yeah.
ganun.
But it's very common talaga with at least the people I've met in college. It's very common. And I think
Really?
yeah, like the people
Why,
I
they
meet in
tell you?
college. Yes, they talk about it because
And
it's
they show
normal.
you the roster?
No, they don't show. They just like talk about like, oh, my roster, like blah blah in my roster, and I'm just like, ew. I don't know. I
Baka
don't.
maybe these people are just being insecure. I mean, trying to show you, a brave front, but in reality, they're afraid of, courting girls. Parang ganun lang.
I don't know. No, I feel like it's
It's just a front, daughter.
no. It's super babaw talaga nowadays. That I feel like. I mean, it's good that you have hope that like they're lying about their roster, but no, it's like it's really a thing that
I mean, who would say that? I mean,
people
who-
my age.
no, I mean, who would say that before? I cannot imagine.
Yeah, that's why it's very different talaga now.
Oh.
It's very different. And I mean, okay, I can acknowledge a lot of people aren't like that, but a lot of people are like that. A lot of people aren't and a lot of people are. It practically didn't exist during your time. Like, people were more, I mean, not practically didn't exist, but it was less common during your time to act that way.
Yeah. Oh.
And now it's like majority. I would say
What you're
majority
telling me now, it's something common.
majority of the dating scene, I would say, is like that.
Really?
And yeah, I would say majority is. Because all the good people, they're in relationships. That's why the people who are like free,
Situationship.
the people are like, who are like free are the ones who like can't find the relationship because they're like, just like going through all the options. So it's so hard to find someone who's genuine because they're in a relationship. They know how to find
The
a
good
relationship.
people, they're in the relationship.
Yes, for a
yung iba,
reason.
they experiment. They're
Yeah.
in the situationship.
Yes.
Mm.
With
Wow,
Yeah.
something new, huh?
yeah, so it's very
So
casual
to
talaga.
boomers who are still listening to us.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I could be
Situationship, that's
exaggerating.
something really new.
Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I feel like this is just what I was surrounded with a lot with
Like if
in
you Google
college.
that, you can see that. Situationship.
Yes, yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you
Wow.
proof that situationship is a thing.
Situationship, a romantic or
He doesn't have his glasses.
sexual relationship. Wow, that is
Undefined.
undefined,
Lacks commitment and exists in the ambiguous space between friendship and a serious labeled partnership.
So it's not really, it's not even short. It's not even short term relationship. It's just like I don't one night stand.
No, it's not even. Like some people have like years of a situationship. Like
Really?
imagine you did. Yeah, I met someone like last month who had a situationship that was like 3 years before they became official.
Terrible.
3 years, no label.
Really.
So
Grabe.
that's the scene nowadays, guys. That's the scene.
So, daughter, majority of this podcast, it's you talking because you're the one who's single.
Yeah.
So, tell me the key points, daughter.
Key
what have you
points?
learned? Or maybe what have I learned?
Yeah, what
no?
have you learned?
Well, I've learned about situationship. Well, from you, being single can be really fun. You don't have to actively look for a partner, no, or a boyfriend. So it's really up to you. Okay? It's your outlook, and also important to learn from experience.
Yes.
Diba? So you can have a bad or good experience. What's important is you improve. Diba?
Yes. So, for all of our single viewers out there, no need to rush. Like, it will come when it comes. Dad, what can you say to our single viewers? What's your piece of advice for them?
I agree. For a guy kasi, I really don't believe in destiny. No? You have to put the effort because you're the guy.
True. Yes.
So, I mean, no need to have a roster. No, I totally disagree with that.
Wait,
No?
Dad, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I met this guy who said that women, their value, like what they offer is their physical appearance. But men, what they offer is their ability to provide. Do you agree with that?
To provide
Yes.
is a physical appearance. I disagree nowadays. And no. I totally disagree. I believe in equal rights, daughter. Yung physical, dapat yan, both men and women.
Agree. Yes.
Diba? Even to be able to provide. Kasi ang iba na ngayon ng situation, daughter.
Yeah.
Noon kasi, especially yung time nung silent generation, yung breadwinner is just a guy. Tapos yung girl is a housewife. di ba? Especially even before the time of the silent generation. But now it's different. Yung women now are so empowered. No? They can earn more. Ang dami na ngayon. Even the mga heads of governments are now women, not like before. In Japan now, I just read it kanina or yesterday. There's going to be the first time in the history of Japan. It's going to be a women prime minister. First ever in the history of Japan. Di ba, alam mo yung Japan, the history of Japan, di ba? Yung how they treat women. Yung even when they walk, di ba, yung girl would be at the back. Ganun yun, yung the old Japan. So, you can imagine now, magiging prime minister. So, times have changed. So, even yung mga relationships, yung being single, as I've learned na that in today's discussion, dami palang mga Gen Z. So much different now, daughter.
Yeah, the Zoomers.
Can be sad, but at the same time, ganun, you just have to, anong dapat mo gawin, daughter? What do you do?
Me, I don't conform.
You don't conform?
Yeah, I don't participate.
Oh.
Because I know what I want in terms of my dating life, and I know what values I uphold in terms of my relationship, and I don't see myself dating people casually, so I don't want to do that.
Oh.
Preference
And
at the
I
end of the day.
think, I don't know, I have a hard time parang agreeing with what you said, that majority of the guys now, no, even the Gen Zs are like that, na may roster, tapos situational. Because I think it's still the values that they learn from their family. Kasi kung okay naman yung family mo, nakikita mo naman yung your parents mo, no? Kasi sa akin, that's wrong eh. Yung, pwede ba yun? Meron kang roster, tapos sasabihin ko pa sa iba na, ito yung aking shortlist of candidates.
Yes.
That's so
Common.
I don't know, guys. For me, that's so bad. No.
But that's
like
it's just the
you
changing of times.
It shows your lack of respect for
Yeah.
the opposite sex.
Okay, so I hope you guys learned a lot from today's episode. We talked a lot about me. My favorite thing to talk about is me. Anything to say that?
Don't forget, guys, always like and subscribe. Don't forget.
Yes.
Then, don't skip ads.
Yes, unless you're busy.
Unless you're busy.
And don't forget to follow Boomer and Zoomer on Instagram and TikTok. Barney Adventures.
Barney
on Instagram
Adventures
and
on,
TikTok.
yes.
Subscribe to my YouTube. Follow my Instagram and my TikTok.
And Spotify, daughter.
And Spotify if you want to listen to this again but without the video.
Tell your friends.
Don't forget to rate us 5 stars on Spotify.
Yes, help us to
Get on the charts.
get on the charts again. Our highest ever was number 14.
But
Thank you, guys.
once again, I'm Nika Z, Nika Zoomer. I'm here with my dad.
Arni B, Arni Boomer.
And together we are known as
Boomer and Zoomer.
Bye.